Well, good morning from Aberfeldy. No, I'm not in Aberfeldy, I'm in Amalree. I do apologise. It's the 15th of November and it's absolutely chucking it down. Pretty grim actually driving through that lot. But anyway, I'll switch off this window wipers, but obviously I'm not going to give you much view today, but I've been doing a bit of time travelling again. And this morning I was awakened at 5:55. I can't concisely say if up and down was sending any energies. I can't say for certain, but I'm sure it was probably something to do with that. And so anyway, I got up 6 o'clock exactly when I was making my first coffee. So it's just after 10 o'clock just now. I thought I'll get out of the house for a little while. I did mention I was going to give you some views during the winter months from this neck of the wood, but obviously that might have to be curtailed somewhat if the roads turn icy and snowy and stuff like that, which I'm sure they will. In saying that, I'm going away to Malta. I'm going to the most southerly point of Europe. And I'm doing that on Saturday the 19th. And I'm returning on the 29th. And these numbers I'm giving you are very significant. I'm going to do a separate vlog about that, and that's my decision. I've been noticing I mean, the stuff I've got is pretty phenomenal. But for data protection issues and privacy issues, I don't want to be starting to load too much, you understand? So I'll make a separate vlog, and I'll have to edit out what's necessary and what's not, so it would be quite a difficult, lengthy edit in order to try and get the message across, but also to safeguard people's privacy. Of course, talking about up and down. And when I mentioned there about time travel, I've been having this recount of a episode with Up and Down from 1968, and this was taking place in the south of France at a chateau with a large swimming pool. We were definitely there, and it's very, very clear and very, very vivid. And all I can tell you, and to be brief for this load, is she was stretched out on the sunbed, the sun lounger. And I was quite close by. And we were sort of half chatting in the noon sunshine. Very hot. And I could see her gazing, despite wearing Polaroids, she was gazing over to me. Quite often as well. And in the background I distinctly remember some Benny Goodman in his orchestra playing. It's very some light jazz sort of music, and Billie Holiday and stuff like that. And I was drinking fruit juice, but she had some concoction, I believe it was called pina colada or something like that. I'm not sure what she was drinking it with, but pina colada. And she very occasionally took a sip from the glass through a straw. There was some cherries on top with a very small kind of umbrella type decoration. I can remember that very clearly. And she was wearing a fabulous blue bikini. It wasn't completely blue, it was some florals pattern in the intricate design, but And I have to say, she was absolutely gorgeous. I mean, she was, I don't think I've seen a body like that on a female. But as I say, it was 1968. And I remember from the, backtracking my mind from this little snippet, it seemed to appear in my brain. We were definitely dancing, but not dancing. We were more waltzing, and we were in quite a tight embrace. And I remember the song was Patsy Cline, the singer, female singer. And the song was called Faded Love. I can't forget it. And I can't forget, she was wearing a very, very unique Chanel perfume. Wasn't overly strong, but it was very beautiful. And as we were dancing around the area, or waltzing together, or basically just in a gentle embrace, she moved her head from one side to the other across my face and back again. And I can remember her look. It's a very sultry look, a very seductive kind of look in her eyes. And I made attempt on the third occasion when she moved her head backwards in a very slow fashion and raised her chin ever so slightly, just as her lips were about to meet. And this is also very crystal clear. She vomited all down my front. I kind of stepped back a little, but it was one of those kind of projectile sicknesses that sometimes occurs if you've maybe eaten something like a rotten apple or something, or a slice of meat that was not properly cured. She didn't apologize, but I remember the music kind of stopped kind of abruptly, and she kind of wandered off a little, and I was standing there completely covered in sickness, and she grabbed a towel and kind of wiped her face a little. And I can remember that towel because it had lots of rouge and lipstick upon it. And I said to her, I says, is everything okay? Is there anything you would like me to do? And she says, yes, I'd like you to leave France. So I said, this is not what I expected. She said, I'd like you to leave today, as soon as. And so I remember that day in July, and it was a very hot day, and I organised a cab to the airport, and it was a bit of a business, but I managed to obtain a flight from Nice, and that was the last time I saw her in France, and in the summer of 1968, and it was many years before we before we crossed each other's paths once again, so to speak.